welcome back to my channel. It's Cerise here, and for today's video I have another Anastasia Beverly Hills review for you. So I have the Sultry palette. So my friend Tania is obsessed with makeup and she has a whole bunch of makeup and was like, hey, do you want to borrow some for a video? I'm like, bitch, do you have Sultry? Because I'm ready. So this is the Sultry palette here. And it is so stunning. Like, just this packaging alone is just so phenomenally beautiful. Like, I can't even speak right now. Like, it is just so gorgeous. And this is the color story on the back. So this is the Sultry palette. So on the back it says all essential smoky eyeshadow collection with 14 shades featuring neutral, cool tone mattes and metallics. Which is, I'm not really a cool tone girl, but I'm like, this palette just speaks to me. So this retails for $45 US, and in New Zealand it is $92. So hence why all of my ones are borrowed or gifted, just because I am like $100 per eyeshadow palette. And I get a second mortgage on my house. So let's open this one up here, and the inside is consistent with the outside. It is beautiful and glitter. It doesn't feel very texturized, like it's not that annoying like you feel it and it makes you want to cringe. The glitter is kind of coming off on my hands though, so it's not really a like, you know, don't want to get it wet, that kind of thing. But it is very stunning. Like normally they go for the velvety kind of background, so I do quite like the glitter one. The glitter theme is very cute. So anyway, let's open up this bad boy. Let's open her up. And it describing itself as cool tone nudes I think is not very true. Like, I feel like these are quite warm toned. There's many eye looks that you could do. I'm obsessed with this little freaking peach color here. But all of these, they don't look bad or anything like that. Like, they don't look like colors that you couldn't work with. It looks like a very kind of nice kind of nude color story. So I think what I will do is I'm just going to swatch some of these on. And let's see what they look like. So let's start with the shade Birch. And swatch that one. Oh, I didn't think that wasn't a very good swatch. And swatch that one. So it's just a nice kind of brown. Then we've got shade Noir, which is a pretty pigmented black. Then shade Bloom, which feels very scratchy. I'm not gonna lie, that one feels very, very scratchy in the pan. And then we have shade Slate. And then let's go for shade Cyborg, which seems right up my alley. Like, look at that. Like, Anastasia glitters are just absolutely insane. Like, they're so, so gorgeous. Like, I just think that they're just great. Alright, that's shade Ember. And then we have shade Dystopian, which also feels like another really hard shade. Like, it feels like really hard and scratchy. I don't know if you can see in the pan there, it looks kind of like hard and scratchy. And then we have shade Rose Quartz, which is stunning, by the way. That is absolutely stunning. Then we have shade Teak. And then shade Steampunk. So a lot of shimmer and glittery ones in here. Shade Pearl. This looks beautiful. Like, that looks stunning. Then we have shade Twig, which again feels scratchy. So far we've got this scratchy, this scratchy, and this scratchy. So it's not all the mattes that are scratchy, but pretty much most of them. So then we have shade Fresh, which we'll chuck up here. Very nice white shade. And then shade Cinder, which we'll put on little Ralphie there as well. So that is the color story there. I actually quite like these colors. There's a like massive amount of shimmers. So the amount of eye looks that you could do, there's only the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actual, oh, and 6. Hang on. Where are my words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is only 6 really like bases that you could use to kind of get your colors down, but a lot of shimmers. Like, this palette is majority shimmers. I mean, the packaging is glitter, so what do you expect? But it is a lot of shimmers in there. So if you're not a huge shimmery person, this palette is probably not for you. But it is very stunning all the same. Okay, so I'm kind of like where to start with this, because there's a lot of nude shades, but then I kind of like that peachy shade, but then the peachy shade is kind of like the odd one out. Like, it's a very, like, when I do look at the colors in the color scheme, it is a very cool tone palette, but then this is kind of like the bright kind of saving grace. So I'm kind of like, I don't really know where to start with this one, so I think I'm just going to start with putting that bright color on the lid, putting We Bloom on the lid, because I think that it's just quite a nice, like, kind of peachy color. Let's zoom you on in. So I'm going to start with the shade Bloom on the lid. And the thing what I love about Anastasia palette, not palettes, just eyeshadows in general, is the colours are so pigmented. Like the payoff is actually like insane. And you don't need to dip that much. And I just think that they're so stunning. And they're also very buildable as well. I'm kind of building that colour up. Okay, so now that I kind of have ridiculously pink lids, I'm going to get a blender brush and I'm going to get shade Twig. I'm going to use that as my blending shade. I think it looks quite muddy so far. It's actually, I'm kind of like failing at this palette. Oh no. I'm like, how do I redeem myself? I feel like this is a hard one for me because I'm not a very cool toned person. So I'm kind of like, this is really hard. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is get shade Birch and I'm going to put that under like the front half of my eye, like under here, this bit. Only that front half because I'm going to put a darker shade in that outer half. So I'm going to get Dystopian, put that under this part. If you have a darker colour on the outer part of your eye, it makes your eye look bigger. And I've always had smaller eyes, so if you do that on the outer part, your eyes get bigger. Alrighty, I don't know what to do now. I'm not like disappointed with the colour, like the colour payoff is ridiculous, but I'm just like, what to do for the look? So I think I want to use shade Pearl because I feel like that kind of speaks to me a wee bit. And I'm just gonna put that on my like inner corner, I think. Just because it's nice and white, it doesn't really show up on me. Alright, so Pearl is on the inner corner now. I'm actually at a complete loss of what to do for this eye look. I thought it was going to be way easier than this, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, these colours aren't me. Alright, so I think I'm going to get shade Rose Quartz, and I'm going to put that on the centre of my lid. Maybe that will kind of liven things up just a little, like kind of halo little moment. Or is it called an angel eye? I don't actually know what it's called. So that kind of makes it a bit better, a little rose quartz moment in the middle. Trying to use as many like shades as I can. It's really hard. Okay, so I got rose quartz on my eye, and then I think maybe I'm going to try smoke it out with a bit of, because Twig I used up there. So maybe Dystopian and Twig mixed together. Like a few taps of each. And I'll kind of try smoke it out. I'm going to add a little bit of noir, like the most tiniest little bit of noir in there, because it's that black. So I don't want it to be too heavy, but it kind of has gone. Does it work? That kind of works. It's kind of like a grey kind of peach moment, I guess. So I could have just used the grey to get this effect, but I mean, my brain clearly doesn't work. and because I made a grey. Okay, so I am actually not that mad at that look. I think that that's actually really cute. What do you guys think? I think that that's actually kind of cute. I do like this actually. I'm like, oh, grey and pink. Alright. I'm just going to get all the fallout away with a little fallouty brush. Just glitter all over my under eyes. That's alright, that's a look. Alright, so I'm actually not that mad at this look. I think what I'm going to do now is put on eyeliner and then mascara and then be back and then give you my final thoughts. So I'm really not a cool toned queen. I don't know, it just doesn't really work on me. And I also paired it with Rose Madder by Jeffree Star. So I think that with the lipstick on, it really complements the look as well. I actually am not, like I said, I'm not that mad at it, but it was like I really did struggle with this color palette. I really thought I would have more, like, what's the word, kind of like creative control, and I'd be like, oh my god, like this color matches together. Like when I first opened it, I was like, sweet, nude, 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 make a nude eye. But I'm like, it's not as easy as that, because this one, although it looks brown, it is actually quite grey, and that's what I used up here, and it's just a very grey kind of toned color. So I don't think it's like a bad palette, it's just not for me. The pigment is amazing, the shimmers is amazing. Like if you loved collecting Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, the shimmers just in this alone would be a really good one to have if you liked shimmers. Then it's got a few like extra kind of like deepening tones and lightening tones and that kind of thing. So it definitely is not a bad palette. I just personally don't like it as much as the other ones, just because I find it really hard to work with. I wanna kind of, you know me, I like my neutral nude looks, so this one was a bit hard for me. But yeah, I'm not mad at it. The price point I think is good. It's a good quality palette. 3 of the shades are a bit kind of funny, so take from that what you will. But apart from that, the rest of it was quite consistent. So yeah, I mean, I definitely would probably buy it myself just to add to my collection, just so I've kind of got them all, because Anastasia doesn't have that many palettes, so I kind of want to have them all. But I'm kind of like, like not that mad at the look, but I feel like this isn't one I'd reach for. I'd be like, oh, I want to use that. Like it's definitely not one I'd reach for. So yeah, well, yeah, what do you guys think about this palette? Do you guys have it? Comment down below. And Tanya, don't comment, I know this is your palette, so but yeah, comment down below what you guys think about this, and what do you guys think of my eye look? Do you guys want me to do more like nude eye looks, or do you want me to like, do you want me to go for looks like this that are a bit crazy now there, or do you want me to stick with nude looks? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, until next time, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!